Everyone needs their own spot in the sun. It doesn't have to be big. Sometimes just enough for a chair, a book, and a cup of coffee. Today we're talking with our friend Ben from London Design Build and Jason, a licensed contractor and TV host, about how people can enjoy their outdoor living spaces. Well, we've touched on living in Seattle and the rain and technology and so forth, but how do we maximize the enjoyment of our outdoor area?
Roofs and heaters. Roofs and heaters.
Roofs and heaters.
Roofs and heaters. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I would say, are incorporating in 80% of our projects is some kind of structure attached to the back of the house. Mm-hmm. Skylights to make sure that you still get the light coming in to the windows that we may be covering over. And then infrared heat. Fireplaces add ambiance. They're not going to give you a ton of heat.
Yeah,
but
they're not going to give you the heat displacement.
Yeah, infrared, a little bit different to other forms of heat because they're light waves. Yeah. So they're going to, regardless of what wind is coming through that structure, if you can see that light bulb or the light bulb can see you, you're getting heat from that object. So infrared heaters and roof structures, and then the rest really is whatever else you want to check as far as adding that wish list.
Well, it strikes me that sometimes summer is no different because in our home, we're concerned about being in the sun too much. And so having that shady spot.
Yep. Yeah, it works both ways, right? It protects you in the wintertime. It also protects you in the summertime from the heat, from the rain, all those things you need to be protected from and still enjoy the outdoors.
It's a great point. It really does. It protects your investment.
Yeah.
It gives you the ability to use it all year round.
I'm thinking about all the hours I've been out there grilling in the rain, and I didn't have to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The heart of every home is the kitchen.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you have a tiny kitchen, doesn't matter if you have a huge kitchen.
Right.
That is where everyone is going to hang out and congregate when you have a party. When you connect that kitchen area to an outdoor living area, you can put in nano walls, which are the big glass doors that fold back on themselves. Or you can have sliding versions of that too, depending on how much space you have and whether you have the area to...
That truly is indoors out. We still are in that period now where people want open living. We're taking walls down all the time. When I go in and renovate a house, the first thing I do is what walls am I going to take down to open this space up? So it's very similar to the outdoors.
Yeah, and I'm a believer that I've always been very passionate about resort-style outdoor living. When you go to those 4 or 5-star hotels and you think, oh my God, I feel like I'm on vacation. Well, why shouldn't you always feel on vacation? Why shouldn't you come home from work and think, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go on vacation for a couple of hours, or have it on the weekend, invite your friends over, watch TV outside, get the fresh air. That's where I've always been passionate about. It's just giving the people that opportunity to have it at home.
The sky's the limit. It really is. And but if you're going to spend the money on it, which you want to do things like this where you can enjoy it year round.
I'm interested that water features hasn't come up in this conversation.
I'm a big fan of water features, I'll admit. And when I do an outdoor space, if I'm working with a client, a lot of times they'll want some kind of water feature. Listen, if there's fire, I want water. Right? So I like to do that, but I know what Ben's going to say. But what I'll say is that you have to be careful in the water feature that you choose and how you choose to incorporate it, right? Whether you do something's going to be recirculating. But there's maintenance involved in those things, and it depends on the kind of money you want to spend. But personally, I love having the sound of it. And I like having some kind of water feature involved in the planning.
I agree. I mean, there's nothing like the tranquil sound of trickling water. One thing with water features, they can become a maintenance headache. And certain areas of the country, and maybe certain areas around here, you could either have very hard water or very soft water. And it can, really discolor whatever you're trying to spill the water over. So you're going to need to treat it a little bit like a pool or a spa, and there's going to be maintenance involved. Self-contained, hard basin, trickling water features, I think they're great. Grand, elaborate, Vegas-style waterfalls, not so much. Everything outside is going to need maintenance, and you just got to pick what you want to battle.